This is the Nerd Coalition. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And now, feel the Nerdgasm.
This morning, fans and co-stars are mourning the shocking death of Malcolm Jamal-Warner.
You know, that ain't the only death we had.
The 80s took a hit last week.
And the 80s took a big hit. And it kicked off, I should say, because you just talked about Julian McMahon passing away a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then, but we lost Malcolm Jamal-Warner.
In 4 days in a row, we lost people.
Who?
We lost Malcolm Jamal-Warner.
Yes.
Then we lost Chuck
Osborne.
Then we lost Chuck Mangione.
Yeah.
Then we lost Ozzy Osbourne. And then we lost Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what's happening? Is something going on? Like, is it a fire sale up there? Like, what's up? Why are we?
Like, everybody just said, Grim said, I need some icons.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And then Malcolm Jamal Warner unfortunately drowned in Costa Rica. The other three were either old or not in great health, unfortunately. But of course, the shocker, they're all shocking. But
yes,
Malcolm Jamal Warner was like the most unexpected.
Unexpected. He was only 54 years old.
Yeah.
And I mean, just about a month shy from his 55th birthday.
And I don't know. First of all, of course, it hurts.
Yeah.
Anybody who grew up watching the Cosby Show and then watched, his career throughout and the evolution of that, it's a hurt piece. And I feel like, I will say, the one thing that pissed me off the most is because people feel like they have such an attachment to him, it felt very weird, like they were trying to control the grief of others, like public figures and non. Like, it was like, why are y'all so mad? Like, why are y'all so upset on one end? And then there are other people who were calling out anyone who dare be a woman and post a grief, like a post grieving him that like was a co-star and things like that. I was just like, you guys, this is weird. Like, this whole thing is weird.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, because I do have younger listeners, for those who don't know, Malcolm Jamal-Warner, he was an actor, a singer, producer. He was a lot of things. But for those, the most popular thing that people remember him for is playing Theo Huxtable.
On the Cosby Show.
On the Cosby Show. He played Theo Huxtable. And once again, I know it depends on what you're looking at. Yeah, he was Theo Huxtable on the Cosby Show. And there are a lot of memorable moments from Theo on the Cosby Show.
I still to this day
say
I can survive off bologna and cereal. And I'm like, I mean, honestly, me myself, I could survive off bologna and cereal. If it was just me, I can't promise you I'd be cooking meals. But there were a lot of memorable the scenes where they were doing the Ray Charles performances, the episode where they turned the whole house into like an apartment, so he had to pay rent and buy food and everything else.
The Countryman Rat, him a
cockroach,
Gordon Gartrell.
Of course, I was getting there.
Oh, you getting?
I was getting because that's the Pierre de Resistance of Theo. Okay, like there's just so many things. Like his graduation was the center of the last episode of the Cosby Show, because he was the last Cosby kid we were going to see go off to college.
Yeah.
We was not sticking around long enough for Rudy to go to college.
Not at all.
But yeah, he was an integral part of the show. His character was based off Bill Cosby's real son, Ennis, who was killed.
Yes, in '97.
Yeah.
In 97. Yeah. Which might look as much as the problems of Bill Cosby are here.
Yeah.
It's very eerie of how parallel that him losing his real son, his TV son. And
he's still here.
Exactly.
Grim Reaper, what's up, man? Like, you out here going crazy. Yeah. And I'm just like, now listen, please don't misconstrue this. And I'm just like, oh, why aren't you offing other people? But it's just like, you be looking and you like, bro, people be out here living these long lives after they done all kinds of crazy stuff, and then you have a moment like this where you're like, damn, Malcolm Jamal-Warner really died and he's 54.
He's 54. And it's as naturally you're gonna look at it like that. But sometimes, like I've heard before, that sometimes living is the punishment.
This is true. It's just like when people like do crimes and they go to jail, and somebody will be like, no, don't give them death penalty. I want to be in jail.
Yeah, like sometimes, like, we don't know what they suffer from. The media's not going to tell us truly what they suffer from, and they're not going to expose what they suffer from. But behind closed doors, the suffering that the loss that they could have, that could be the punishment.
It's an immense loss to have to bury a child.
Yeah, and bury your career. Because every time when people make comments like that about, like, how are these people still here, right? Mm-hmm. And then it takes back to the Green Mile. Yeah. And when Tom Hanks was just like, when his punishment for killing one of God's special people that he put on this earth was to live and outlive everybody. And outlive every day. Like, even to the point he even outlived the little mouse that was in there that he saw back from the 60s that was in there. And it was like he was outliving everything. He was stuck on this earth with pain all the time. And that was his punishment in the Green Mile. That's what it always takes me back to.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah. So,
but to bring it back to Malcolm Jamal-Warner, but yes, the iconic moment, if nothing else, is the Gordon Gartrell shirt. Where, if you don't know the premise, he's going on a dance. He wants a shirt. It's $95 USD. And now, mind you, this is the late 80s. Yeah, I don't want to spend $95 on a shirt now.
I think this is either season 1 or season 2. So that's either 84 or 85.
You're talking about in the 80s a $95 shirt. Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Because if the doctor and the lawyer in the family don't have $95 shirts, you don't get a $95 shirt. So he bought the shirt. It was a whole thing. He said, and then he was like, no, you got to take that shit back because it was a Gordon Gartrell. That was the shirt it was. Who was a producer on the show, by the way. That's where the name came from.
Which, by the way, I just looked it up. $95 in 1984 or 85 is $293
Absolutely today. Not. Absolutely not. Let my child, because we do have a child who is this age right now, come to me and say, hey, Mom, I got a dance to go to. Can you get me this $300 shirt? And I'll be like, that's crazy because now I'm broken your legs and you can't dance. Exactly. You're not going anywhere. No, but seriously, like, that's nuts. Mm-hmm. So he buys the shirt and now he tells him, I'm going to take it back. Mm-hmm. He's all in his feelings. Denise comes up and says, oh, Theo, I can make you a shirt for half the price, for a fraction of the price. And, of course, Cliff Huxtable knows his children and knows that Denise is finna fuck this shirt up.
As a father, that was one of the best lines in the whole show.
Because he just knew. He was like, that girl is not finna make that shirt. So, she makes the shirt. She's like sewing. There's even a part where like she's checking the sleeve and it's sewn shut. Foreshadowing. She gives him the shirt. He unwraps it and you just hear him scream, Denise! And he comes in and the shirt is a monstrosity. Okay, a monstrosity. The sleeves is two different sizes. Yeah. He said, "My arms are the same length. Why are my sleeves?" Yes. He said, "And it's 10 sizes. It's too big." She said, "Tuck it in. It's tucked into my socks." Like it was, bro. It was.
You don't like it?
You know, ask me again.
Ask that question again.
That shit was so funny. That's in the realm of black sitcom moments. Mm-hmm. There are certain moments that no matter what I'm doing, if I see this episode is on, I'm watching it. I'm watching the Gordon Gartrell episode. I'm watching the That Ain't No Damn Puppy episode of Martin. Yes. And also the New Jack City ripoff of Martin. Yeah. There are certain moments I'm going to watch every time.
That scene made in the African American Museum, you talking about black television.
Absolutely, because it's just that iconic. So then he makes the mistake of going downstairs without knowing that his date and his friend and his date have come. His friend, who is Kadeem Hardison, by the way, and he comes out. He's trying to cover up the shirt, and he's just like, now. And at this point, Cliff has said to him, "I have the shirt. It's upstairs because I knew this was going to happen."
How'd you know? I've been living in the house
a long time. So then he goes out there, and the girl, I don't know how blind this girl was. So I was like, man, she must need some glasses for sure. She's like, it's cool, it's hip, it's like the new it thing, like the Itchy Amorata. What the fuck, sir?
Itchy Amorata.
And then here comes D. Hardison. Yeah, man, can I get one? And Cliff is like, no. This is the only one, it's a designer original. And he goes off to the dance in that damn shirt. Ain't no fucking way.
Ain't no way.
In real life, ain't no fucking way. But it made for a funny episode. But, I mean, I do. It's great to have an iconic role. And he was lucky enough that even after having an iconic role, he was able to still find work.
Yes.
Because other people get pigeonholed and they don't get to find work. Like, consistent work. But his career was so much more than The Cosby Show. Of course, that's what he's most known for. But he went on to have the show Malcolm and Eddie with Eddie Griffin.
I like Malcolm and Eddie.
And that was wild. They didn't like Malcolm and Eddie.
Yeah.
Because there was a constant fight where they're like, you writing these storylines and writing this script like it's not two black men talking to each other. And there was just so much strife, apparently, on that set. And he was recently in The Resident. He had a recurring guest spot on 911.
I liked his storyline.
Yeah, he was also a spoken word artist.
And won a Grammy.
He won a Grammy for that. And he had a podcast that was taking off too. Like that was, he was gaining traction. And over the years, he's done other things. But I just think, it's an immense loss for anybody who, watched TV in the 80s, honestly. Yeah. For the Gen X, the Zennials, the Millennials who grew up looking at Malcolm Jamal Warner like he was their brother, son, cousin, nephew. Yeah. It's a huge loss. And also he was I feel like a voice within the black community that sometimes says stuff that people didn't necessarily want to hear.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But sometimes it needed to be said. And I feel like he was a person who used his platform to bring awareness to issues and have discussions that were not, like I said, not always popular, but sometimes necessary.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that he is no longer with us.
It is sad, and it's also sad because there have been so many conflicting reports about what actually happened.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know if it's people that's trying to, I don't want to say preserve his legacy, which I don't think we need to do, but because for those, because we do wrestling on this over here also, and we talked about Shad Gaspar.
Yes.
Who drowned
trying to save his son.
And then there were reports coming out that saying that he was trying to do the same for his daughter. But there was other reports saying like, hey, it was him and this other guy that just got caught up in this wave. Yeah. And it took them out, and they saved the one guy, but they were trying to perform CPR for him for approximately 45 minutes. But he was just there, he was just too far gone. And it's like, but then there's people that has just been animate about saying that he was out there saving his daughter, and I'm just like, it's like, why does it have to be like this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
I will say, I know earlier I was alluding to the fact that people were calling some of the posts and tributes that people were doing disrespectful.
Yeah.
I think one of the most disrespectful things is honestly just TMZ, period. Because they sometimes are ruthless and will disclose things that don't need to be disclosed. Insert the Kobe helicopter crash.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, because they were one of the people who were just like, oh, we have the footage of the, I don't need to see no footage. I don't need to hear from somebody who was allegedly there. I don't need somebody speculating and writing up a whole article about details. I feel like that is actually disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Beyond a tribute with a picture y'all deem inappropriate, or some words y'all deem inappropriate, or whatever the case may be. Beyond that, I feel like it is disrespectful to, before we have even had a chance to really mourn this man's loss and to hold a funeral for him, for y'all to be like, okay, so this is what happened, and this is the play-by-play, and here's a person who was there on the beach when it was we don't need all of that. Why do y'all feel like y'all have to disclose somebody, like the intimate details of how somebody lost their life, minute by minute? I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
And that does not have to just be for a famous person. That's for all y'all tacky motherfuckers who get on social media and be like, oh my God, what happened? At the very least, message somebody personally.
Yeah.
And be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Maybe they would be open to telling you, but I hate that shit. And then, especially the people who double down and be like, ain't nobody gonna tell me what happened? Ma'am,
sometimes
go play in traffic.
Sometimes it just ain't for you to know, unfortunately. Hold on, if y'all just hear some sounds in here, Primetime has just entered the chat.
Oh.
Let's see that.
Yo.
What's going on, Prime? We was just talking about the death of Jamal-Warner.
I can tell by Lady Sketch's rant it was about Jamal-Warner, not the other one.
Yeah, he can tell by your passion. You talking about Jamal-Warner, not the other one.
Okay, I mean, there was other people who died this week, but still, yes. But no, okay, and then this is the last thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Y'all, please stop projecting your own insecurities on the people. Leave Karen Molina White and Tracy Ellis Ross alone.
Like,
damn it.
Seriously.
Leave it alone. Now, the one thing I will say I can kind of see is people posting pictures of him and Michelle Thomas and being like, they're back together again. That's weird, guys.
Now that's weird.
That part is weird.
That's weird.
But
that is weird.
Telling somebody, because this is Karen Molina White now.
Yeah. Telling
somebody who, yes, they did date at one point, but this woman has known him, if we're only counting like from when she was active on the Cosby Show, because we don't know before that.
Yeah.
You're talking about at least 35 years of knowing someone. Because a lot of people were just like, why would she put that language in the winky emoji? Did anybody start to think that this could have been a personal thing, like a inside, like saying joke, whatever you want to call it, between the two of them? Like, I am hard pressed to believe that there's nobody out there who has a friend. And I mean, listen, the fact that they happen to be exes, I can't speak to, but obviously he's married and has a child. And I'm going to presume that she knows his wife and child. But they were like picking apart this woman's tribute. Like, you could have used a different picture, which I think this was a promo picture from around the time of Malcolm and Eddie, which is weird. But okay, guys. And I'm like, none of y'all have a saying or whatever, or an inside joke that you have with a friend, that if you said it to somebody else, they wouldn't look at you like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? And then they were like, he didn't say his wife's name, so why would you say his wife's name? Pam Warner is his mother.
Lord.
Guys, come the fuck on. Like, I felt like, and especially with, like, Tracy Ellis Ross, she posted the promo pictures from their show Read Between the Lines.
Yeah.
And people are just like, this is disrespectful. He has a wife. This man is a working actor.
Yes.
A working actor. I'm very confused. I know some of y'all have not seen a job in a long time, but it's just really wild to me to be like, why would you post these pictures? Maybe those are some of the only pictures she has with them together. Or because she's talking about their show.
Yeah.
You post the pictures from, I don't know, the show. Like, golly. How dare some of y'all that got your boyfriend taking your Ultima and running up the gas because he ain't doing shit be so concerned with somebody else's relationship. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that
that was wilding.
That's a lot of unfortunate energy that I was seeing online. I was like, yo, if I keep seeing all this Michael Jamal bullshit, and if I see one more AI Hogan going up into the clouds with all these other wrestlers,
I missed that.
Bruh, I'm so sick of this shit.
I missed that one.
I'm sick of it. It's about, I've seen, I had to count them, about 5 to 6 AI shorts of Hogan going up into, literally walking up into Heaven's Gates, seeing all the other past dead wrestlers.
Now, who up there? Because we'll know where they really at. Who was in the AI?
All of them. That's what I'm saying. From Andre the Giant to Macho Man to Ultimate Warrior to even Umaga, Junkyard Dog.
Him and Ultimate Warrior in the same place.
Okay, so listen. All I'm saying is, listen, I can't be for short, but I know what I would think.
But but in all seriousness, y'all, it's weird. Just like people say, don't Photoshop me in them ghetto ass clouds. Now we're going to say, don't AI me into whatever the fuck y'all doing. Stop it.
Because they did that with Michael Jamal-Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and Hulk Hogan.
Can y'all please relax?
Had them walking into. I was like, this AI don't work.
Please stop.
And Hogan walking up there with NWO gear on.
And also, can we not fair false Chuck Mangione? I know he wasn't as big of a figure for some people, but he was still a renowned jazz musician who found new life because he was, for some reason, a character on King of the Hill. That cracked me the fuck up. Because I remember watching King of the Hill and being like, I know this song. Why the fuck is Chuck Mangione at the Megalo Mart? I was so confused. But RIP to all of them. And yes, even Hulk Hogan. It's not like he died. Whether I liked him or not, he is gone. Yeah. So I know I've been cutting up this week, just like everybody else on the internet. But RIP to all of them. And they have left behind a legacy. Now, what that legacy is, that's on their soul. What you left here, that's the one thing I will say. Because people get upset, like I'm sure you were saying in your video, people will get upset because there are folks who like him and folks who didn't like him. But the fact of the matter is, someone being dead does not change what happened while they were here.
No, it don't. Okay.
Hulk Hogan did some wild shit, said some wild shit. Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a bat. Like, we not gonna pretend like everybody was.
Yeah, I was about to say about Ozzy Osbourne because here's the thing. I don't, it's like I know Ozzy Osbourne. He's an iconic figure. Did I listen to a lot of Ozzy Osbourne? No, but I'm saying, but a lot of people did.
Yes, people did. People were familiar with him from the show. Because I'm not gonna lie, I did watch the Osbournes a little bit. They were entertaining. I'm just, if nothing else.
Listen. Prior sent me a clip of Hogan Knows Best.
My God, I forgot about that shit.
That's the funniest clip. That is the funniest clip.
It's the Young Jeezy CD. That was so wild.
You know what I noticed, though? As soon as he heard that first N-word, he had to replay it. As soon as he heard that first N-word.
He was like, ooh, run that back.
Something's getting out. Something's tingling.
And somebody says, get me hot. And yeah, I just saw... And then today I saw a clip of Ozzy Osbourne at Alabama State. They did like him and his son had a show where they were doing like a tour of like just different places. And this was like in more recent years, and they were doing a Black Sabbath song, and he looked like he enjoyed it. So I was like, well, look at that. Look at Ozzy going to an HBCU.
Okay. Go ahead.
To hear their band play his song. I was just like, that's such a random thing. I don't know why y'all didn't do Crazy Train, but...
The Ozzy Osbourne thing for me is kind of like... interesting because like I know who Ozzy Osbourne is and everything, and just randomly on my feed, it was his last show popped up on my feed. And I don't even follow him. I didn't even know they was having a show, but I find myself watching clips of the show, like seeing him perform Crazy Train and stuff, because that's the only thing I know from him. So I skipped to that part.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird, he's dead 2 weeks later after this show that I didn't even know about until I seen he was strapped to a chair. And I was like, dang, it's kind of a tough way to go out.
Yeah, he said it was gonna be his last show.
Mm.
And he did the same thing Mike did. He said, "This is it," and left.
Damn.
I'm so sorry. He said, "Ain't no encores over here, Jay-Z, Anita Baker. Y'all said y'all was doing farewell tours and farewell albums, and here y'all are." He said, "This is it. Okay, honest to God, I'm not doing anything else."
He said, "I'm not the OJs. I ain't gonna have a farewell tour for 20 years."
Y'all better go talk to Eddie about that.
Still farewell. I feel
Eddie not even there, so
But,
that's wild, because I thought they went back out on tour because he the one who was like, "Look, man, I got a young wife and a young kid.
Mm-hmm.
Where the money at?"
Well, never mind.
Never mind. Well, still, rest in peace to all of those iconic legendary that so they each took a hit. They did take a hit.
But I said, because they were, okay. Somebody else passed away. And I just had to take the time to say, this man had a rough go of it. But R.I.P. to the dude Robbie from City High.
So you did tell me about that.
He died a few days before, Malcolm Jamal-Warner did.
Yeah.
And again, it kind of was just like, oh, that's a shame. And we moved on because Malcolm Jamal-Warner passed away.
But wasn't he in that section with the Julian McMahon?
No, he was right in between.
Okay.
So it was Julian McMahon died two, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
And then he died last week.
Yeah.
And then Malcolm Jamal-Warner died on, I think, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just oh. But yeah, he had a really rough go of it. After City High kind of fizzled out, he had a drinking problem. And I remember he was on one of those celebrity rehab type shows or something like that, or intervention. It was an intervention show. But yeah, he just didn't. He was struggling, but R.I.P. to him too.